Yeah, so I would suggest, just because I'm more familiar with the language, basically with TypeScript, that I start as the driver, meaning I'm going to be typing, but I cannot come up with any ideas on my own, although I can have, of course, opinions. But you can treat me as a smart keyboard, I guess, right? Where you give me voice commands and I try to turn those voice commands as smartly as I can into code. Sometimes, as it is with, like with these things like Siri and so on, they sometimes go a bit wrong. So I'm the same. Um, and basically, you're the navigator, which means you say what we're going to write, and then we switch this role every now and then. But we'll start with you navigating. And lastly, I always had problems with the separation of driver and navigator. I could never remember which is which until someone told me where the metaphor comes from, which is driving a car.
Exactly.
So the person, yeah, exactly. So the driver is steering while the navigator holds the map and says kind of where to go. So
Yeah, exactly. That's the idea. And I think it also applies to anywhere where you need to pair, where you have a bit of complexity, like airplanes. You have a driver and a navigator. Well, you have a commander and a first officer. Yeah, commander and first officer. So it's the same thing.